Difficulty. A key aspect of game design, where the developer set a certain level of challenge for the player to overcome. Some games can be super easy, some can be really hard, others can be absolute bullshit. Dark Souls 2. Now, in the context of FF14, the difficulty in this game is kind of weird. As per usual, you start off as a humble peasant, going through the game at an incredibly slow pace. You terrorize the locals, sleep your way through the main story quest, ignore any tutorials the game gives you. Yeah, life is pretty damn good. Until 10,000 years later, when the game decides to suddenly punch you in the face and give you bullshit you've never seen before. Like, what in the hell is this? Can anyone explain what's going on here? Because I sure can't. And to further illustrate what I'm saying, please refer to this simple graph. Okay. When you start off, the game keeps it nice and low-key. You have a few mechanics here and there, a group stack, a group spread, nothing too difficult. This continues on for what feels like an eternity, until you reach the endgame, where suddenly, oh, limit cut, oh, body checks, oh, cardinals, what the fuck is the cardinal? Oh, proteans, exaflares, deformations. What the fuck is a deformation? Fuck. And then it just goes on, and I don't know what's happening, and then boom. I'm dead. Okay, that really wasn't simple. Alright, in more simpler terms, the difficulty curve is vertical. Most of the content in this game is really easy, until it's not. The gap between normal content and savage is really high, and there's not much to bridge that gap. Hell, even the gap between normal and extreme is pretty freaking high. And that's where the problem lies. Whilst leveling your character through the main story quest, the game does a very poor job of teaching you how to play it. For me, in order not to suck ass, I had to go to a Discord server to give me detailed information and explanations about my job. Things that should exist in the game naturally. So what ends up happening is you end up with players in max level who don't know how to do basic mechanics and who don't know how to play their damn job. Like those idiot tanks who refuse to wall. Like those dumbass healers who refuse to do any damage. Like those stupid-ass scholar players who refuse to abandon their shitty job. These players exist because they don't know any better. All because the game likes to play it safe and avoid any real difficulty to encourage the player to get better. Oh, and by the way, if those difficulty spikes do exist, they get straight up removed. Yeah, real fun stuff. Now, I understand why this is the way it is. FF14 is a very casual-centric game. I mean, people spend more time playing dress-up than they do learning how to play the actual game. And it shows. Just take one look at Limbs of Laminsa or Uldar, and it tells you everything you need to know. And I also know that suddenly increasing the difficulty of casual content brings its own issues. Case in point. But to me, it just seems a bit insane when you compare FF14's difficulty to other games, be it MMOs or even single-player games. With these games, there's a clear expectation that the devs expect you to get somewhat better. Whether it's enemies hitting harder with every zone, or a boss telling you to fuck off and come back later. These are mechanisms designed to encourage you, the player, to get better, and it's so unfortunate that they don't exist in this game for the most part. The story is easy as hell, the jobs are incomplete, the low-level dungeons are boring as fuck. And if you're expecting any difficulty, you'll only really see it in one-off examples, like The Burn, a level 70 dungeon, which suddenly decides to slap you in the face, or endgame raids, which require you to complete the latest expansion to access them. And so, if you were a new player who didn't know anything about this game, who didn't buy any skips and just went through the game as intended, it would take well over 100 hours for the game to so much as challenge you. And that is... that is definitely choice. Fucking yikes. But even though I'm being a bit negative and very critical, there is still hope. With the release of Dawntrail, the developers did the unthinkable. Something I never thought they would ever do. Not only did they make a story that was absolute dog shit, they also made you have to use your eyes in normal content. Impossible. And you know what? I'm having a blast. I like that for the most part. I can't just stand around and do nothing. I like that the game will actually punish me if I keep, eating mechanic after mechanic. And I also like how the shift in difficulty made a lot of people in the official forums very angry. It gave me a lot of free entertainment, so thank you, devs. I appreciate it. But I can't say this for the other 90% of the game, because all the expansions before Dawntrail are still such a slog. But hey, a step forward is a step forward. I have to admit that much, don't I? And I do hope they continue on this path of creating more casual content, which actually requires me to use a bit of my brain. So, to conclude, please, Mr. Square Enix, improve the new player experience! Improve the low-level experience, because, oh my lord, 99% of content in this game is so boring. Please, just let me use my full kit in low-level dungeons, I am begging you.